Hello guys, it's PJLX Architect with another exciting video on sections. Sections are a very important part of our building designs because it helps understand the building components and how they all come together to form one single unit. Just as floor plan shows the cut plane of a building, which is the horizontal cut plane, section helps you see the cut plane from the vertical points. Section also helps the professionals like the structural engineers determine the depth of the building foundation to the earth on site. So the project you see before you is a restaurant. It's a renovation project back at the office for a restaurant plus hotel building for a client, and I thought it would be nice and exciting to create a quick workflow and a tutorial on this topic. I hope you guys enjoy the video. So first thing first, I'll be extending the roof plan. I'll be maximizing the roof plan, so I'll be seeing the drawing on one part of the screen, so I'll know where the section is cutting from and how to go about it. So the thing you need to understand about Revit or this particular view you see now, it's a 2D two-dimensional view, which means everything you see here, it's just in line. Everything you see here is just in line works, straight line, vertical line, joining horizontal line, curves and everything, but everything is two-dimensional. This plane is actually two-dimensional, so in order for you to walk around your section, you have to clean up this particular view. You clean up your drawings a bit. So first things first, you go to your modify panel. If you go to your modify panel, you see line work. The shortcut is LW. LW is the shortcut for line work. So when it takes you to line work, you would go to where you have the invisible line. Search for invisible line on the ribbon you see there. So when you click on invisible line, this is what invisible line does for you. It cleans up your every line, everything that looks like line on this design. I can actually clean it up with invisible line. So using your invisible line, you'll be able to clean up your section, clean up all the lines that are not supposed to be there. You clean them up before you start drawing new lines. That's the first thing we do. So that's what we're doing now. First things first, clean up the line, every single line that's not supposed to be there. You clean them up, make your drawings, make your design neat. So when we finish cleaning up our drawings, our design with line work, the next thing we'll be doing is using detail line DL shortcut to add detail lines to our model. So for the detail line, we'll be drawing our struts. For this strut is our hard beam, then we'll put in our tie beam at the bottom where our ceiling will be hanging, and just like you do it on your drafting board, it's the same thing we are replicating here. So basically, I know everybody that's a student of architecture should be able to come up with a proper section, should know how a section should look like. So first things first, I'll be using peak line. I'm using peak line to pick the edge of the roof. So I'm using an offset of 30 millimeters for that, and afterwards I'll be using another peak line to create the rafters. And for the rafters, I'll be using 50 millimeter hardwood for it. So basically, this section is not measured. But if you are to do your sections, I believe your measurements or the details for your king post and your king post and your rafters would be on your detail works. So for this one, we'll be using the rough estimate of 50 millimeters for our tie beam. So I'll be using thin lines to draw the tie beam. So the reason why you see the roof like this, the roof doesn't have the slope of the roof according to the view of this particular building on site is very low. It doesn't have a steep slope, so the slope was about 8 degrees or so. I think 8 degrees. That was the measurement for the slope we used. So we'll be using peak line again to get the other parts. Typically for the foundation, after we have the downproof, for the downproof course, after we have the slab, we'll be having the hardcore of about 300, which is what I'm doing now. We would add the hardcore, then fill it with earth. But if you look at the foundation bed for the building, it's not looking like concrete, and the slab doesn't have the concrete feel to it. So what you can also do is to use region 2. Okay, so we have that concrete feel to it, but the space between the concrete is very much. So I'll be using the sand tool instead. Alright, so I prefer this one. So what we can do now is copy this and paste to the cut plate, the other walls where the foundation should be. So that is for that. So generally we should add earth to this. When we finish adding earth to it, we would put our hardcore line, then for the graph and indicate our hardcore line graphically. So that is for that.